The Nintendo Switch is getting a virtual console sometime later this year, but that's not stopping SNK from releasing their own classic Neo Geo games on the system already. For those unaware, SNK has been making these Neo Geo archive games available on consoles digitally on the Xbox One and the PS4, but now they're finally coming to the Nintendo Switch as well. While they're all technically the same game across the board on Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, I found them the most interesting on the Nintendo Switch just because it's the closest thing we have to a virtual console at the moment. Each game costs $7.99 each, but they come with a bunch of bonus features and settings, so it's not just a straight ROM port of the game. When you start the game, you see 4 options available to you: the English version of the game or the Japanese version of the game. A pretty cool choice for anyone wanting to play the native version of a game that came from Japan. There's also 2 bonus modes, the Caravan mode and the High Score mode. High Score mode, as the name suggests, has you compete for high scores in the game without having the option to save your game. You essentially keep playing until you die and your score is saved. The other mode is called Caravan mode, and this is a score competition mode, but rather than having an unlimited amount of time, you only are given 5 minutes to play. Starting each game, you're presented with the original copy of the game from the past, but pressing the start button quickly shows you just how much more each game is given with this upgrade. In the bonus menu, you're able to create a save state, or as SNK calls it, an interrupt save, where your game will be loaded immediately next time you start the game. You can also change up the display settings to stretch out the display or keep it in its native aspect ratio, or even the resolution of the original game. You can even apply a filter that adds scan lines to the gameplay, making you feel like you're playing the game on an original CRT TV or an arcade cabinet. Personally, my favorite touch so far is the ability to display wider graphics, visuals that were often cut off in the game by the aspect ratio of monitors inside arcade cabinets. In the game settings, you can change up the difficulties and the time limit of levels or game matches, depending on what game you're playing. You can also remap the buttons to your liking, something I think a lot of fans of classic SNK fighting games will really love. The final standout bonus feature is an online leaderboard where you can see where you rank up in terms of points against everyone else who has the game and plays it online. So far, I've tried out Metal Slug 3 and Waku Waku 7 on the Nintendo Switch, and I think the most impressive thing about these games on the Switch is the ease of use multiplayer gameplay. Any of the current modern consoles can play these games with ease and even play the multiplayer mode too, that's no secret. But being able to take my Nintendo Switch to my college class early and just sit at my desk and play co-op Metal Slug with the 2 included Joy-Cons is just a really cool experience. Sure, there are already some games that can do that or will do that in the future, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but there's something so reminiscent when you do co-op so easily with a retro video game like Metal Slug. The memories of crowding around a medium-sized CRT TV in front of your Super Nintendo just all come back at once with the tabletop mode in the Nintendo Switch. I believe that SNK has given us an early look at the potential of Nintendo's future virtual console service. We already know that Nintendo is working on implementing online multiplayer for their virtual console games that already support regular multiplayer mode. Hopefully they actually take a look at what SNK has done already and adopt some of those features into their own virtual console service. For example, something really cool Nintendo can do is implement an online leaderboard for speedruns on single-player NES games. I think that would be a really big hit with some gamers. Let me know what you would like to see with Nintendo's virtual console service in the future, and if you picked up any of these SNK games on the Switch or any of the other platforms, let me know what you think of them in the comment section below as well. Thank you all very much for watching, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.